I hope you're all well. You may notice I'm wearing the same headwear as I did in a previous video, and I decided to do that because of the topic today, which is sacraments, and in particular baptism. And of course, baptism is associated with water and washing, so I thought the shower cap had to be the hat. Okay, so this is a very short video, really just to explain what I want you to do, and also just to kind of point out a few things. So if we were in lessons, I would have started with this slide. You know, what is meant by the term ritual? What do you understand by that? And can you give examples of rituals? And of course, the picture there of the chalice and the paten, the Holy Communion, would give you a clue. But I wonder if you can think of other rituals that are used in religion, not just Christianity. But a ritual, I suppose, is something that is an action that is repeated regularly, but has a deeper meaning, and there is symbolism behind it. And of course, they play a key role in religions, and baptism, of course, would be one of those. I suppose linked to these is the idea of sacrament in Christianity. Many of these rituals, these actions and words that are repeated, are often regarded by some Christians, not all, but regarded by some as sacraments. Now, that's a word you've already come across from an earlier topic. I wonder whether you can remember where that is. But actually, it's associated with marriage. Marriage for some Christians is also seen as a sacrament. Okay, there's a ritual there, isn't there, of exchanging of rings, holding of hands, words being said. All right, it's another kind of ritual. Okay, so what I want you to do first of all is really kind of find out a little bit about what is a sacrament, a few more details about that, and why it's important for Christians. Okay. So there are some key terms there. Now I know you won't be able to see all this slide, but the PowerPoint is in the folder. But you'll find out that sacraments are rituals that have a kind of they're described as an outer expression of inner grace or inner experience. We take the bread and wine, ordinary items, bread, wine, made from wheat and grapes. Natural earthly products. But what Christians believe, or some Christians believe, particularly like Roman Catholics, Orthodox, and some Protestants, is that these earthly products, these earthly objects, can, in a religious context where a priest is blessing them, can carry a deeper meaning, and they can be a means by which the individual can experience God, and particularly God's grace. You remember that idea of human sin being cleansed and God's grace or God's love is given to the individual. This is a means by which the individual Christian believer can do this. Okay, so by receiving that bread and wine on a weekly basis, they are receiving God's grace, that forgiveness of sin. Okay, and that's basically what a sacrament is. And as I say, not all Christians share this. You'll see on the slide when you look at it that Quakers and Salvation Army don't have any notion of sacraments, and believer Baptists they have believers baptism, but they don't really regard it as a sacrament. Okay, so it's only some. All right, so I want you then to kind of read a bit more about that in the textbook. I'm just going to show you the work that I want you to do there. So this is in the sacraments folder. So the first thing I want you to do is just to kind of complete this work on the sacraments, all right, using the textbook to help you. Then, once you've done that, the main focus is on baptism. And what I've done is I've just taken a document produced by NATRA. This is a national organisation for RE teachers, producing a lot of good resources, have always done so, but for use now, particularly in this situation at home learning. So I want you to follow those instructions, which are here. Okay, it looks like this. It starts off with a mind map. I suggest you maybe just write the word infant baptism or something like that in your exercise book, or if you want to put a picture in, that's great. And just do a general mind map. Okay, what do you know about baptism already? And then you can add to that as you go through the work. And then there is a link here to a TrueTube video, which is a girl finding out about the two sorts of baptism, the infant baptism and then the believers or adult baptism. And what I'd like you to do is to write answers to those three questions in your exercise book. Okay, particularly this one, the symbols used in Christian baptism. Okay, so choose three from the baptism, and I want you to record why they use those. What's the symbolism behind them, and you may need to do a bit of extra research on the internet for that. Okay, and then why is it that many Christians feel that baptizing babies is important? Okay, in the video you'll also see a believer's baptism, and then that leads to the next task, which is this sort of more evaluative exercise. Draw this into your exercise book on a page, okay, like a Y diagram, and I'd like you, okay, to fill in those 3 boxes. So infant baptism is best because, why do some Christians think that's important? Why do some people believe that adult baptism is better? Okay, and this ideas from this will come from the video and the textbook, and then after weighing up the arguments, what do you think? Okay, what do you think is the best approach? Okay, now that'll be do for today. We'll look at some evaluation questions on this next week. Of course, Friday there is no work because it's bank holiday, so enjoy the rest of this week and the day off on Friday, and I will be in touch with you all over the next few days, either by sending back some work that you've done marked, thank you for that, or I'll be chasing some of you up because I haven't had much work. Okay, so I shall no doubt be in touch with all of you. Okay, thanks now, bye.